Today we commemorate Canada's National Day of Mourning. I invite all OPSEU SEFPO staff to join me in taking a moment to honor the workers who have lost their lives, been injured, or fallen ill at work. Usually I'd be speaking to you live from head office, and believe me, I wish I was now. But in this third wave of COVID-19, it's so important that we stay safe and continue to keep our distance. Things may look different these days, but COVID can't stop us from taking the time to do what's right. As workers and members of the labor movement more broadly, I think I speak for everyone when I say that we hold this day very close to our hearts. Quite honestly, it's a day I wish we never had to commemorate. But the sad reality is that workers, even in this country in the year 2021, still get sick, hurt, injured, and killed on the job every single day. It's the ultimate sacrifice, and in this day and age, no worker should have to make it. So while we take time today to reflect and honor those who've lost their lives, been injured, or fallen ill while at work, let's also take the opportunity to recommit ourselves to the vital work we do fighting for better protection and improved health and safety for all workers. From the very beginning of the pandemic, OPSEU SEFPO got straight to work doing just that. One of the very first things we did was send staff home to work remotely. And we were one of the first organizations to do that. We weren't messing around. Our staff were able to pivot on a dime, and I'm so proud of how well you've all handled it. We're pretty darn privileged to be able to work from home. I count my blessings every day, and I'm sure you do too. Because there are lots of workers out there, including those deemed essential frontline workers, who can't work from home. That's why we got straight to work making sure they had the PPE and protections they needed to do their jobs and do them safely. During SARS, we learned some hard lessons, so we knew that healthcare workers would be hard hit. Those working in close contact, confined, crowded workplaces have faced the highest risks, and they've put their lives on the line every day to keep our province safe and healthy. These days, I think of Connie Surden, a beloved member of OPSEU's union family for 27 years. Connie worked as a support facilitator at Montage Support Services, OPSEU SEFPO Local 597. She passed away earlier this year, just days after being diagnosed with COVID-19, and she was only 66 years old. She's the only OPSEU SEFPO member to pass away from COVID-19, but one death is too many. So our thoughts are with Connie's family, friends, and colleagues at this difficult time. For 30 years now, we've honored workers like Connie, and each year on April 28th, we renew our commitment to prevent further injuries, illness, and death at work. As a union, we couldn't do the work we do without our dedicated and passionate staff, so I thank you. Our work is more important now than ever. We've made huge gains in achieving safer workplaces, but like I said, one death is too many. So we'll keep working hard on our fight for a better, safer Ontario. And right now we must continue our fight for paid sick days and time off to quarantine for those who need it. No one should risk having the lights turned out because they stayed home sick, especially not in one of the richest provinces and one of the richest countries on earth. So as we take pause on this National Day of Mourning, let's recommit ourselves to working together to make Ontario a safer, healthier, and fairer place to live and work. A place where all workers are respected and where workplace health and safety are the top priority.
Thank you for joining us as we commemorate the National Day of Mourning. Each year on April 28th, we take a moment to honor those we've lost and those who've been injured or fallen ill on the job. It's also an important time to reflect on the important work we're doing as a union. I think about where we've been and what we've achieved together. Believe me, we've achieved a lot, and we couldn't have done it without dedicated and passionate staff like you. So thank you. But I think everyone will agree that there's still so much more to do. Each year in Canada, more than 1,000 workers die, and many of those deaths are completely preventable. Thousands more are injured and become ill. This has become all too obvious in these COVID times. It's a staggering reality. The emotional and financial toll this takes on families and loved ones cannot be overlooked either. No one has been spared. It's a stark reminder of why we're here, to make a difference in our members' lives and all working people's lives. And we all do it because we care deeply. And because we believe fundamentally that no one should ever go to work afraid of injury, illness, or death. You know, I'm so proud to be part of this union. It is truly the greatest honor to serve our members as First Vice President and Treasurer. But I'm especially proud of our work during these challenging times. When times get tough, tensions can run high, people are frustrated, exhausted, and scared. That's when the mudslinging and the name-calling starts. But I'm really proud that our union has taken a more cooperative approach in finding solutions that work, because this isn't the time for politicking. So let's keep up the good work. Let's keep organizing new members to bring them into our union family so they have the protection and strength of the union behind them. Let's keep enforcing our collective agreements and negotiating new ones with superior language on issues like job security, paid sick leave, and improve health and safety, just to name a few. We've learned a lot this past year, and I'm sure we're all bringing that knowledge into the work we do. As we move forward, we must keep health and safety top of our mind, and we must focus on rebuilding a better, safer Ontario so that we are better prepared for the next time. For those who might not know, OPSEU SEFPO has launched an ad campaign to support Ontario's vaccine rollout and encourage all members, staff, and Ontarians to get vaccinated as soon as possible. Ontario is now in phase 2 of the vaccine rollout. If you are currently eligible for the vaccine, we strongly encourage you to book an appointment for yourself and your family members. OPSEU SEFPO will provide paid time off to all employees to attend their appointments and get vaccinated. And we hope that other employers will follow our lead. We've said it time and time again. Vaccines and paid sick days are our best shot at seeing the other side of this crisis. We'll keep advocating for both. We'll keep working to build a better, safer Ontario so that workers don't fall ill, get injured, or killed on the job anymore.
Every April 28th, we pause to remember all those who have suffered injury, death, illness, or disease caused in some part by work. On this day, we remember those who we've lost and who suffer, and we reconfirm our energy and commitment for action. According to WSIB statistics in 2020, 245 people went to work and did not come home, and over 200,000 claims were registered with the board. In fact, for every year but one, for the last 11 years, there have been over 200 fatalities from work in Ontario. Now keep in mind that that toll is always so much worse than the stats say. Illnesses and injuries are underreported. Stats often represent allowed claims. Many claims are not recognized. Many times the link to work is not made, so claims are not filed. Experience in the pandemic shows this, that death and illness are often blamed on non-work causes. This is often the case with occupational disease and including the current COVID-19 situation. The COVID pandemic has been an unprecedented event that has affected every worker and workplace. In the spring of 2003, Ontario experienced SARS. 44 people died in Ontario as a result of SARS, including 3 medical workers on the front line. And in his final report, Justice Campbell said what we could now see as a chilling and foreshadowing to our current situation when he wrote, "If we do not learn from SARS and we do not make the government fix the problems that remain, we will pay a terrible price in the next pandemic." We gather together today and we see more work to do. We need to continue the work we've been doing together. We need to use every tool we have to take action towards safer and healthy workplaces. That means physical as well as mental health. We need to hold Ontario's health and safety system to account to mandate and enforce safe and healthy workplaces. Our goal is to eliminate suffering, illness, injury, and death at all costs. That's the vision we recommit to this April 28th.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Steve Nield, and along with Steve Fairburn, we are the ASU representatives on OPSEU's Joint Health and Safety Committee. I'd like to bring greetings on behalf of ASU President Pat Hansberger and the entire ASU executive. This is always a somber day as we remember those who have died or have been injured on the job. One workplace death is one too many. This past year has been tough for all of us, but health and safety continues to be a priority for all of us. The Joint Health and Safety Committee's top priority these days is to ensure a healthy and safe return to our workplaces when this decision is made to reopen our offices. No schedule for that has been established, and that will be determined when the current situation improves and the restrictions have been lifted to allow for a safe return. The Joint Health and Safety Committee continues to monitor this. With our current work from home status, health and safety should still continue to be everyone's priority with your at-home workspace. Please ensure that you address all health and safety needs, no different than you would do in your OPSEU workspace. As we all reflect on this day of mourning, we continue to look forward to better days ahead. Please continue to be vigilant and following necessary protocols so we all can stay healthy and safe.